Welcome back to Magical Task Force. Turmentic here, and it's been a while since I've made a video. I apologize. I'm pretty sure, getting walking pneumonia, and I had that for about a week or so. And then I had to go to Massachusetts to actually do some Christmas decorating for one of the jobs that I have. So apologize it's taken me so long. Got a lot that I want to cover in this video. Update 2.7.0 just went live. I'm going to cover that. Give you some thoughts about the past community day that we had about a week or two ago. And then also let you know about the new Legends of Hogwarts event that is starting November 26th. But let's jump right in. So first, huge news, 2.7.0 introduced us to gifts for the first time, and they're pretty awesome. They're great. You can only open 10 a day, which I feel like they're going to up a little bit because 10 is a little low in my opinion. There are 3 different types, and you get each different type in a different way, and I'm going to go over each of the individual types, what they actually have to offer, and I'm blown away with the gifts. You can tell that they put some pretty good thought, I feel, into the gifts. The first ones are spell energy gifts, and you can get those from just going and visiting any inn. Runestone gifts that you get from completing wizarding challenges, and ingredients gifts that you actually get from visiting a greenhouse. Now, you have to, like I said, go to those individual spots in order to get the individual gifts. You can't get an ingredients gift from a wizarding challenge. You can't get spell energy from a greenhouse. So you have to go to those individual ones. Now, each one of those, though, are broken down into different types of gifts. Now, first one I want to talk about is spell energy. There are 4 different types. There's a basic, a sponsored, an essential, and an extravagant gift. Now, you can see how the energy increases as you actually go up and you find those better gifts, along with the spell energy. That extravagant gift, you can get between 12 and 13 energy, and that's crazy. That's awesome. I love it. Going on to the next type of gift, though, we actually have the runestone gifts. This is where it gets really, really interesting, in my opinion. So runestone's gifts, again, you have a basic, a sponsored, an essential, and an extravagant. You can see how the increase of the XP as you go down as well. So for the first 3, basic, sponsored, and essential, you can get a level 1 through 5 rune from just opening up the gifts. I've opened up probably about 5 or 6 of them so far, and I've only gotten level 3s. But you can supposedly get lower level runes, or higher level runes as well too. Now, once you get down to the essential, though, you get the runestone plus a healing potion. And then when you get to the extravagant, you actually get the runestone and a spell book. They gave us a way of being able to get spell books. Again, you have to send it to somebody, so you can't specifically get it yourself. But that by itself is huge. Being able to get one spell book from opening up an extravagant runestone gift is crazy. Now, the last one's a little bit different from the other 2 as well, too. You can see you have a basic, Barufio, Dwaddledrot, Extimulo, Extravagant, and a Potent Extimulo gift that you can actually give. Again, you have that increase of energy as you go down. All of them, except for the Potent Extimulo, you get 1 or 2 ingredients for those potions, which is really awesome. You can get some of the common ones as well. You can get some of the rarer ones, which is crazy. And then if you look all the way down, you see the Potent Extimulo. You do get 500 experience, which is crazy. That's awesome. But you actually get a Potent Extimulo potion. So I really like how they did all of these potions. I really feel like they're going to be able to expand on it to, especially as they introduce new potions, other things like that. The runestone one, though, with that spell book is crazy, in my opinion. Now, there is a known glitch going on with gifts also. If you tap send gift more than once before the gift is sent, it can make the screen go black. You just have to restart your game. Just hit that button once, let the gift go, and you're good to go. That's the only real glitch that I've been able to find regarding gifting. Now, moving forward also with 2.7, photo mode. They added a new foundable to photo mode, which is awesome. It's the self-playing harp. I was talking about last time when they did a 2.6 update, how I love how every time they do one of these updates, they're introducing new foundables that can be taken photos in AR mode. It's awesome. I'm glad they're continuing that trend. They also made it to where you can link your Facebook account to your game, and then therefore also invite Facebook friends who are playing the game as well, and have been given that permission to become friends in game, which is awesome because that helps people who don't get a chance to talk that often, or somebody you might not know that a friend of yours is actually playing the game. They live halfway across the country or something. So that's pretty awesome that you can now link your Facebook account in order to make new friends, especially now that the gifts are coming out. That's so awesome. They did also make pop-ups show for anytime you do gold purchases, specifically for rental cauldrons, out of spell energy in order to get more spell energy, out of rune stones in order to get more rune stones, and vault expansion, which is awesome because I never really had a problem with it, but I was reading some people would accidentally hit it and it would automatically spend it. So it's really awesome that there's pop-ups for these now so people can save some of that gold, especially if they're trying to save it for something specific. There is a list of known issues that they are working on. I'm not going to go over those. You can read the patch notes in order to see those. I don't have a clear-cut answer also for Adventure Sync, but I was reading something on one of the Facebook pages and it was really interesting. They were talking about how they just introduced gifts right before the holiday season, and so it would be funny and ironic if they released Adventure Sync right after the holiday, because everybody having to work off that extra weight that they put on from eating. So that was just a rumor, a little funny joke, but no concrete evidence yet on when we will get Adventure Sync. Hopefully, still thinking we're going to get it sometime before the end of the year. But worst case, I want to say we'll get it before the end of January at least, because they know that it's like the number one thing that everybody keeps asking for. Now, I know it's been a good week since we had Community Day, but I still wanted to take a moment and talk about it because like I said, I haven't had a chance to really make many videos, and I was really impressed with the Community Day, but at the same time, one of those things where Wizards Unite needs to make sure that they keep a handle on certain things. There was a big issue with Community Day to start out with of the daylight savings time. It's recognized in some countries, recognized not in some other countries, and since the game is based, the headquarters of the game is based in the United States, they were still adhering to daylight savings time, and so the projected time that they were giving everybody from 11 to 2 local time actually turned out to be 10 to 1 local time. They caught it, I want to say, about a good halfway, 3/4 through Community Day. So, like the Americas, for example, ours actually started at 10 a.m., but it lasted until 2. Like they were still giving people that extra hour. It was really awesome, like I said, for the people who lived in the Americas. I feel really bad for people who live elsewhere in all the other continents. There has been some talk of them doing a makeup day of some sort. Don't know how that would operate. Don't know if only part of the world would get it or if everybody would, because not everybody in the United States knew that it started at 10 o'clock. So not everybody actually got that extra hour. But as soon as we get more information on if there'll be a makeup day or anything like that, I'll make sure to definitely give it to you. Subscribe to my Twitter account. It's where I post most of my breaking news. It's probably where I will break that news first. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at Turmentic and get that info. But besides that, I really, really loved this Community Day. It was crazy. The amount of foundables that we were able to return. Anything from Tower 1 and up, you were guaranteed to get a Fortress Foundable, which was crazy. I went through so many rune stones. Looking back on it, I might have wanted to try to do more oddities, but I focused on other families, specifically ones that I didn't have many of from the fortresses. And I went through so many runestones. It was so awesome. The challenge XP was great too, because you were getting a bonus on top of what you would normally get. I was fortunate enough to be able to spend most of the full time at a sponsored fortress, so I was getting like crazy challenge XP. I want to say that I went up a good 8 to 12 challenge levels. I mean, I got so many red books. It was awesome. The quest wasn't that hard either, too, as long as you actually had unlocked some of the other chambers or you had people with you. It didn't seem that hard. Once you got up to the forests, a couple people that we only had about 6 people in our group because we had a nor'easter blowing through, so it was great seeing all of us lined up in our cars in front of the AT&T store. but not everybody had actually made their way all the way up to Forest, so we had to help some people get up there. But it wasn't that bad. The awesome thing was that I have one other friend who's an Auror who we're probably the two highest profession level people down here, and we were actually finally able to beat Dark Five. And it was crazy because we've both been trying solo to beat Dark Five for probably about maybe a month and a half, and this was the first time that we were able to actually both do it together, and it was awesome. It was so good. Um, the the amount of foundables that I got though that day, I can't I even to begin to describe what it was. It was great, and I was only planning on being there for about maybe an hour and a half or so. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some footage or whatnot, but I ended up staying there for the full time. It was interesting too because right at the end, you'd think that if you entered a fortress and the time ran out of an event, it would still carry over because you entered the fortress before the time ran out. As soon as 2 o'clock hit, I think we were in like Tower 2, Tower 3 maybe, and as soon as the time limit ran out, when that fortress challenge ended, I did not get a fragment. So it was interesting how it was almost kind of like a flick of the switch, and that's what prevented you from being able to get the fragment. But besides that, I loved it. It was awesome. Had a great day. You could really tell that they had taken the community. I think it was in August when it was fortress focused. You could tell that they really took that from what they had done originally and built on top of it. So I was very impressed with that. Saying that though, again, going back to what I was really originally talking about, Niantic needs to make sure, WB Studios needs to make sure that they really pay attention to the small things like daylight savings time, things like that, moving forward, because it once is understandable. If that continuously happens, then that's when they'll probably start losing player base because there were a lot of people upset because of the time change problem. But again, if any sort of makeup day is announced or anything like that, I will definitely make sure that you get that info as quickly as possible. The last thing I want to talk about today is the Legends of Hogwarts event that is going to start November 26th and last into December 2nd. I don't have a ton of information actually about it, but the Potions Classroom page in the registry, those spawns will be more likely to be found. I'm not sure if the one from the Fortress Challenges will be easier to get as well. That it would make sense because they were specifically talking about everything on that page. So I'm thinking that there will be some sort of an increase chance of being able to get that one Fortress Foundable, but nothing. I haven't found anything concrete about it or anything like that. So as soon as more information is given, I will relay that. But just make sure that if you need any of those Snape, Harry Potter. There's about 5 or 6 different things on that page. Check it out and make sure to play November 26th through December 2nd in order to fill that registry page. But my name is Turmentic. Thanks so much for checking out the video. I'm going to start pumping them out like I was before I actually got sick. I will be releasing a Brilliant Part 2 Stronger United video, hopefully later today. Just in case anybody is having any problems or anything like that, just a breakdown of Part 2 and a little bit of thoughts that I had from Part 1, because this Brilliant event's been it's been a little different. It's been a little weird, if you will. But that's all coming out hopefully soon. Make sure, like I said, to follow me on Twitter at Turmentic. It's where I post most of my breaking news when I actually have a chance to. I've actually been updating Twitter as I was sick. It's just I haven't been, like I said, I wasn't able to actually make any videos. And stick around, subscribe if you found this helpful, give the video a like. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.